Hello YouTube! Today I'll be showing you how to get a full tier 3 armor set, which is specifically the full set of bronze armor. At the end I'll also show you how to get the bronze pickaxe and bronze axe because those will be useful in moving to the next tier of armor. But anyways, let's just get straight into step 1. Step 1 is to just collect 14 swamp tar. Now we're gonna need this later on when we try to smelt them into adhesive, but swamp tar you can actually find on the ground anywhere within the swamp. They kind of look like rocks, but not really. Personally, I find them to be more triangle shaped, but you just have to make sure, just hover over anything that's on the ground that you can pick up. More than half of them are bound to be swamp tar. Just some more info on melee armor. Bronze armor, the full set, is actually melee armor, which means it's meant for using if you're using a melee weapon. The buffs and all the extra boosts and stats are intended for melee weapons. So it actually pairs really well with the abyssal whip, other weapons that are one-handed, just any close combat weapons. I will cover like the ranged and magician sets in the future, but for now we're sticking to bronze armor because right now I have an abyssal whip and therefore my stats are maxed out when I'm using melee armor. FYI, you are required to have a smithing anvil to craft bronze armor. That also means you'll need a kiln and a furnace. I've already covered how to get all three of them in a previous video where I gave a full guide on how to actually craft the smithing anvil along with the kiln and the furnace, so I won't go too much into detail today. But if you want to watch that video or find out how I did it, I'm going to link the video in the description and also in the top right corner here, just so if you want to check it out. But essentially what you're going to do is put the swamp tar into the kiln and it's going to give you adhesive, which we do need later down the line. Now we only need 14, so if you want to get 14 on the dot, go for it. If you want to get more, go for it as well. You might need it in the future. Next, head to Fractured Plains. Here we're gonna have to grab a bunch more of tin and copper ore because we're gonna need it for bronze ingots and quite a few of them. So if you only want the full 3-piece armor sets, we're going to need 30 bronze ingots total. This isn't just for the armor, we also need it for the sawmill to make planks for our tanner's kit, and also ingots for the tanner's kit itself. You'll understand what I mean later when we need it, but essentially if you want that, it's going to be 30 bronze ingots total. If you want to add on the pickaxe, the bronze pickaxe and axe, it's going to be another 10 bronze ingots. So in total we're going to need 40 bronze ingots, and because you need 3 copper ore and 3 tin ore to make 1 bronze ingot, times it by 3, you're going to need 120 copper ore and 120 tin ore for this whole process from start to finish. Feel free to cut some of the steps out already if you already own the items, like if you own a sawmill, if you own a tanner's kit, if you have some bronze ingots laying around, just subtract those values from the numbers I put on screen earlier. But I'm gonna need everything, so I'm gonna just find some copper and tin. I'm gonna put a bunch of the locations on screen right now just so you guys can easily find them. Also, make sure you have at least a bone pickaxe or higher, or else you won't be able to mine these copper and tin ores. Once again, I covered this all in my previous smithing anvil full guide, linked in the description, so if you want more information about that, go check it out. Personally, I think the best place to actually mine copper and tin ore is behind this little vine area. There's actually a secret cave with tons of copper and tin ore nodes. Like, there's plenty outside as well, but once you actually get inside here, just see for yourself. Make sure you pop these poisonous balls though, because you'll take some damage from that. Personally, I just used a bow and arrow to get rid of them. If you just shoot them once, they'll explode. But yeah, look at all this tin. Look at all this copper in here. There's also a chest if you're into that stuff. Now, I apologize because I didn't map out the exact location, but if you just follow my steps or just even explore a little near the map locations I showed earlier, you're bound to find this. However, before you leave the fractured plains, make sure you kill some sheep and collect at least 7 fleece, because we're going to need that further down the line as well. Anyways, you should have more than enough ore now to make our ingots. Remember, you can turn wood into charcoal. We're going to need the charcoal as fuel to use to fuel our furnace to actually smelt the bronze and tin into bronze bars. So let's just do that. Just put one in just to get it started, and bam, now it's just a waiting game. Step 5. While you're waiting for all the bronze ingots, let's get to building a sawmill. Without a sawmill, you can't turn oak logs into oak planks. Sorry, not oak, ash. Ash logs into ash planks. Now this is going to use up 4 bronze ingots along with 8 stone, and I believe also 18 ash logs. So yeah, make sure you have those materials available. We're going to need to make 18 ash planks, which is just going to require 18 ash logs, because we're going to need that for a tanner's kit, which is actually the next step. We have everything here except for the coarse thread, so I'm always running out of coarse thread, so just go out and collect some flax. It's these blue looking flowers. Wherever your base is set up, you should have some around if you're within this starting area. I forgot what this area is called. But let me give you the vision, okay? With this tanner's kit, we'll be able to upgrade the functionality of our existing tannery, and we'll be able to make hard leather. Hard leather is one of the core components of the bronze armor set. So, that's why we got to go through all these steps. Hope you guys understand. But once those coarse threads are done, you have everything you need now to make the tanner's kit. Make sure you place it close by to your tannery so it actually has the intended effect. I haven't tested putting it far away yet, but just put it close, just in case. The only material we're missing now to make hard leather is actual leather itself. And you can use this from getting any animal hide or animal scrap hide. Those are pretty beginner tips, so I won't cover that in too much detail. Just kill some animals in the starting area and you'll get these in no time. Just put it into the tannery. You don't have to fill up both slots, just put into one slot and you'll be able to make some leather. But I have some spare leather lying around, so I'm just going to put it together with adhesive, which we should have made in an earlier step. And bam, just click start. And finally, we are on our last step, turning some fleece, which I made you get from sheep earlier in the fractured plains, into some wool thread using the spinning wheel. We only need 7. If you got more, that's great for you. You'll probably need it sometime in the future. But to craft the 3 pieces of armor, which is the helmet, the plate, the body, and the legs, you only need 7 total, so 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. And at long last, we have everything we need to craft our 3-piece armor, bronze armor set. Tier 3 armor, melee armor, so pair it with a melee weapon. It's also the second best in the game. Tier 4 is currently the highest. And bam, all 3 pieces. Let's put them on real quick. I can already tell this is going to be a lot better. Even the sounds when you move are different. It actually sounds like metal. Holy crap. Just as a little bonus to prepare for getting tier 4 armor, the iron armor sets, I'll just show you how to get the pickaxe and the axe. So you need, if you have any leftover bronze ingots, ash logs, and ash wood, and some coarse thread that you get from flax, craft yourself an axe, a bronze axe, and then we're gonna have to go chop an oak tree. Now luckily I have one near my base, this big tree. It looks a bit different, it's a bit bigger, a bit darker, but now with a bronze axe you can actually cut it. If you want to use astral projection and then splinter on it, it'll work now because you finally have the upgraded version of the axe in your inventory. If you only have the stone one, it's not going to work. It's similar to rock explosion. But anyways, we're going to need some oak logs. I'm just going to splinter this real quick. Something weird I realized is that with the oak trees, you gotta like chop it once, get rid of the leaves, and only then will the splinter work. Like it has to be a log or else the spell just malfunctions. But now we got the logs once again. If you have leftover bronze ingots, use that with leather and oak logs. And now you also have a bronze pickaxe. You can now mine iron and other higher tiered stuff. So this is the conclusion of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching this guide. My third ever RuneScape video, by the way, RuneScape Dragonwilds. I usually post Power World. I'll leave a comment down below if you think I should keep on posting this game. But make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see similar content in the future. You're going to be supporting a small creator. And it's totally free. Like, come on, if you made it to this point in the video, you may as well just click subscribe. You know, you got nothing to lose. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys stay tuned for more videos in the future and have an amazing week.